Hello, YouTubers. How's it going? I'm back. Von Naya. Man, it's getting crazy out there, right? It's a good time to be alive. You know, I always wondered when things got to a point if I would still be here. Clearly, I am. But this is great. You know, people said that in times like these, it's the conspiratorial people who would thrive. Gosh, how true is that? I think everything that's going on is great. People are terrified. People are scared. People don't know what to do. They're asking questions. They're like, huh? It's awesome. It's great. You know, I used to walk this earth just so confused and perplexed. Like, why aren't we doing anything about this? Why are we allowing this to happen? Why? Always. And people were just like, why do you worry about stupid things? Why can't you just have fun? Why can't you just do these drugs with us? Why can't you go along with us in conning people? And I feel like I don't know, man. It's just not sitting with me. You know, I have all these questions. I have all these thoughts. It's making me suspicious. It's making me think a lot. You know? And people are like, oh, God, you're such a drag. Oh, God, the things you want to talk about, oh, they're so important to my life. So now we have situations where everybody is talking about these things. Everybody is like concerned with these issues. And now I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, they're snatching people off of the street, sending them to other countries. I don't care. I don't care. You see, in junior high, I warned you about this. I warned you about everything that is happening right now. I warned you in junior high. I warned you in high school. I warned you in continuation school. I warned you in community college. I warned you in the job market, at work. I warned you at family and friend parties. I warned you on the way to the club. You know, in every step of the way, people told me and other people like me, dude, we don't want to talk about those things. We don't want to hear about that crap. We just want to have a good time. We just want to have fun. You're a killjoy. Guess who's having fun now? It's awesome, man. It's awesome. I mean, the things that I am enjoying, yes, some of them I personally set up. Look, my bra is showing. Yes, some of them I personally set up. So now that the things that I set up in the past are working for me and helping me in the future, now that things that I've warned about are happening, it's satisfying. It's like my hard work paid off. All right. You know? And the thing is, I don't feel bad laughing about everything that's going on, because the whole way through I warned people. And I was like, look what I'm doing. You can do it too. And I'm more than positive that every person I encountered, and I was like, you could do it too. They took it as me bragging or showing off. And I've never been that person. Anyone who knows me knows I'm look what I found, guys. We could all do this. I'm that person. I'm the come on. Hey, the information's over here. I'm that person. And have you ever seen that person? Have you ever been part of a group and all of you in that group are like, that person's crazy. They're fucking nuts. Let's not talk to them. In fact, let's be dicks and fuck up their work, disrespect their work. Let's make their life harder. Let's lie about what this person's done to authorities, to the boss, to mom, to aunt, uncle. This is what I've gone through. For being different. Just for being different. I'm that kid that grew up in 2 gangster families. Gangster parents. Okay? Understand that. I grew up in gangster families. Everyone's listening to oldies. Everyone's gang banging, doing drugs, selling them, stealing. You know what I mean? Like, the real deal. And my lame ass is, hey, I just got the brand new Weird Al Yankovic album. Can you imagine what it was like for me to grow up in 2 gangster families? All happy about Weird Al Yankovic? Oh my god, it was a horrible upbringing. You know? Everyone's watching Vida Loca or Blood In, Blood Out, and I'm like, hey, I want to go see this movie. It's called Pee-wee's Big Adventure. My favorite director is Tim Burton. They're like, who the fuck is Tim Burton? And why do you know his name? Are you one of those weird goth people? That's another thing, man. People could not categorize me. The easiest category for them was gay, lesbo, dyke, whatever. It was so hard for them because it was like, you hang out with the goth people, but you live and hang out with people who are in the jock people, the football people. But you're also hanging out with the gangster people at the school too? And now you're hanging out with the goth people? Wait, what are you doing with the cheerleaders? And, you know, I was fortunate because in junior high, yeah, I was a little bullied, you know. But I had gotten into some trouble. And my end of my junior high leading into high school year, I, through the church, was living with another family. And it just so happened that the man of the family, the dude, Willie Perez, he was the equipment manager for the football team. So if you know anything about high school sports, the football manager is like popular, the football equipment manager. Gives all the guys the equipment. Now all the football players in the senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman all know you live with Willie. They see you walk to the football field to hang out at practice because you're waiting on Willie to go home because that's your ride home. So the football people, they get to know you. All the football people. Once you know the football dudes, well, there comes the cheerleaders. Now you know all the cheerleaders. Look at that. And then all the games, well, Willie was there. So it's high school. So I went with Willie, you know, to all the football games. So yeah, you could say I got popular in high school. And you could also say all the shit people used to talk in junior high just went away when I got into high school. But having that ability to be who I was, which was a gay, back then, it wasn't cool to be gay. If you were gay, you were ostracized to the goth people. Those are the only people that would accept you. The goths. The skinhead, even then it was really weird back then because the goths hung out with the skinheads. So the skinheads didn't like you because you were gay. But the goths, if you got along with them, most of them were bi. And so the skinheads by default were kind of cool with the goths because most of the goths were chicks. And most of the chicks that were goth, they had a certain look to them that the skinheads liked. So, a lot of goth chicks happened to be Mexican, but because they were all gothed out, they looked white. So in my hood, all the skinheads were like, yeah, she's beautiful. Oh, she's Mexican? She don't look it. She doesn't even speak Spanish. I like her a lot. I'm going to overlook that because no one will be able to tell if they just know her first name. But in this area too, the Covina area, you got a lot of Mexicans that look like me. We'll walk down the street, you'll never know we're Mexican until a Mexican speaks to us in Spanish and we're like, no habla español. Then you know we're Mexican. But this was how I grew up in high school and things that I went through. And so, yes, I was conspiratorial my whole life, but once I got into high school, it was like some sort of refuge. Like, I could have these weird thoughts, and no one could bully me over them, because if they did, some football player was gonna handle it. So that was pretty cool. But once you get some sort of status, and I noticed this in my adult life too, my conspiracies kind of flew to the side because I was having a great time, you know? Same thing when I got older, you know? Mainly prior to 9/11. You know, I was making good money. I was doing great. I was in security at the time. You know, I'm securing, government facilities that make, components for aircraft carriers and those fighter jets. I had security clearance, which after 9/11, because of that clearance, I was forced to go work at Union Station, which was hell, and was actually a reason why I got out of security. But when 9/11 happened, it thrusted me back to my conspiratorial junior high days, and I was just like, this doesn't add up. The math isn't mathin'. None of this makes sense. I'm not fully on board with this. So I kept looking, kept digging, all of us that go down the 9/11 rabbit hole. For me, you'll never be able to convince me that it was a natural disaster or a natural whatever. No, this was completely planned, orchestrated, and carried out to a T. Everything from the owner's insurance policy to those buildings coming down, all that horrific fire, disaster, all of it. And yet passports are immaculate. Just a lot of stuff. I guess you could say that was my wake-up call to come back. Come back. You've got to come back. So I came back to asking questions. And then I did it again. I got married. I started on my journey to TV and film, climbing the ladders, enjoying myself. Didn't help that the person I was married at the time was a complete NPC. I'm talking, woo! I have to have my birthday at Disneyland at the age of, 25, 26. Like, what are you, a baby Huey? If I talk about 9/11, if I talk about conspiratorial things, she didn't want to have that conversation. Listen, whatever, I don't know who it was, but one of the comedians said it perfectly. Whatever you is, your chick has to be. Or your dude has to be. If you're a druggie, your dude has to be a druggie. If you're an alcoholic, your chick has to be an alcoholic. Whatever it is, you guys got to do it together. And it totally makes sense, because all the conspiratorial thoughts I had, the ex-wife was just like, she was a banker. Her whole career, upbringing, and life depended around the whole system. And my conspiracies were of disgust to her. And then, it was even more apparent once I started researching crypto and Bitcoin. The arguments, Here this banker is watching her significant other checking out crypto, which is here to kill the banking system, or at least help you bank yourself. And here she's telling me I could lose my job, we could be prosecuted, and at the time her boss is Jamie Dimon, one of the most crooked persons on earth, and now he's touting JP Morgan. They were working on blockchain since 2014. And yet in 2009, he's telling his people, I'll fire you. I'll fire you if I catch you buying Bitcoin. And so, the ex-wife at the time was such a stupid NPC that she's like, I could lose my job if they find out. How were they going to find out? Like, I just, that ended, thankfully. Things have been, yeah. At the time, I thought that the marriage ending was not good, or, it wasn't what I expected, it wasn't what I wanted. But in the end, oh my God, I'm so much better off for that. So much better off from that. At a point, I would have just started. I mean, you know what? I started. I was sticking up for myself. I was, I just got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. I started doing my own thing. And just doing my own thing was, how do you say, it was, she didn't like it. It was, she was a control freak, and she wasn't used to not having that control over me. And what made that control possible was the money. The money. She was at the time making better money. The minute I started making the same as her, if not better, that's when, it was a little hard to listen to her. Double down on shit that, dude, her and her people were like the biggest Obama fans. I'm just like, what? We're married. This dude is saying he doesn't agree with this, and you want to vote for this dude? We had to go our separate ways. Thank God. She found another NPC, and clearly she was a confused idiot. A confused moron. Because now she's straight. I'm still gay. I still know what I want. So, it's actually better for her that the relationship ended, because the more money I started to make, I was voicing my own opinion a lot louder. And as time evolved and things came out, I just would have kept being like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Because that was happening towards the end of the relationship. Big time. And I was just like, I told you. Oh, I told you. Like, so it's actually good that ended, because when you've lived a whole life of saying this is going to happen and that's going to happen. It doesn't happen right away, but years later it does. But the whole time you waited, you went through some shit. People called you names. People said you were stupid and dumb. Yeah. When it happens, yeah, I'm going to say, I told you so. I am the biggest I told you so. But none of us told you so people would be this way. If people didn't mock us when we were trying to warn. When we're trying to warn people, if people didn't mock us, we wouldn't be like this when what we said happens and becomes true. None of us would be like, I fucking told you, stupid. We wouldn't be like that. We'd be like, yeah, you know, the research I did do says that if we do this, we might be able to stop it. Or we might. But I don't care anymore. I don't want to help you. I want to watch you flail around. I don't know what to do. Let's throw bottles at ice. Let's get in the street and do donuts and burn a car up. That'll show them. And that's basically what I'm looking at and laughing at. I don't want to be on the side of ICE. I don't want to be on the side of the National Guard or Trump. But this shit's funny. You guys mocked me and mocked me and mocked me and laughed. And now, none of you know what to do. None of you know what to do. Now you think going into the streets, throwing bottles at cars and people and doing donuts and you think this is going to get you somewhere. No. If anything, it's going to get you in jail, hopefully, because you don't know what you're doing. You're an idiot. This is just like during those riots during COVID, Summer of Love. Oh, those people. Oh, I couldn't get behind your cause. You're at the Nike building, looting it. How am I supposed to get behind your cause while you're looting Nike? Had you went to the federal building and looted that, okay, well, now I can get behind you. Had you went to the courts and burned it down, well, now I can get behind you. Had you went to the police station and burned that shit down, well, now I can get behind you. But I can't get behind you if you're going to go to fucking Nike and take some shoes. You know what I say to you? You're an idiot that you even went to Nike. Those shoes suck. I could have maybe got behind you had you went to the Adidas store. Those shoes are way better. Anybody who plays sports knows that if you buy Nikes, you can't buy your size. If you got a muscular fucking foot, you've been running your whole life playing sports, you got some muscle in your feet, you can't wear Nike. You can't wear your size in Nike. You gotta wear a size above Nike. And if you really got feet, you gotta wear 2 sizes above in Nike. Because Nike shoes are really narrow. So for me, it was just like, oh, all those people still in those Nikes, none of them are athletes. Not one of them. These are all kids. Just these are all brats. They're all brats. It's just Nike. Nike. So I can't feel for any of these people being rounded up. I can't feel for any of these people watching it and throwing a tantrum by rioting. No, it's stupid. I can't get behind you walking down the street, blocking traffic. That's stupid. What does it do? Well, it brings awareness. You don't think we weren't already aware? You don't think this isn't flashed all over TV, on the radio, and the YouTubes? You don't think we're not aware of what's going on? Like, this is just stupid. You just look stupid. You look so dumb out there. with your Mexican flags. Like, then go there. What the fuck? What does it matter? What logic are you guys using? Did anybody take out a piece of paper and some crayons and draw this up for you? Is that what you need? Because this isn't working. And this was all planned. They're using you to make us want them to put you away so that they can crack down harder on people like me and everyone else. You criminal idiots are being used to make laws more enforced. Do you understand that? No. Because you're a stupid NPC who thinks they're enlightened. I'm enlightened. I'm enlightened because I know this is wrong. Are you? You're wrong. You're wrong because you're reacting late. You're reacting after the fact, which means you were asleep before all this was even talked about or thought about to go down or happen. That's why you look like a fucking idiot out there with your cameras and your social media. Look what the cops are doing. Shame on you. How can you live with this? Then why do you wear a mask? Because these people are wearing masks because they don't want to be involved with your bullshit. Because they know that you're going to try to come after them. Whether they're right or wrong, you're going to try to come after them. You're going to, oh, look at this person. I'm going to put you on social media. I'm so sick of that shit. You know, I had 2 guys come into this parking lot smoking weed in their Mercedes-Benz. You know, nice clothes. These dudes probably make more than me from the looks of it, from the car they came in, okay? Laughing at me, making fun of my hush puppy shoes, hush puppy slippers, my flannel, making fun of me, calling me a Karen. Because it's my job. Like, I literally get paid to tell you, you need to leave. We don't want you smoking weed in this parking lot. You want to smoke weed in your house? Cool, bro. I got some weed with me. I got it in my place right there. You see, that's where I live. I was about to smoke my weed too. But you know what? I'm not in the parking lot. I am not in the parking lot where families are coming out of the restaurant and getting in their cars watching you smoke a blunt in the parking lot. No, that's not what we want. And I'm literally getting paid to tell you that. Oh, you a Karen. We gonna put you, oh Karen, we gonna put you on the social media. Please do. Please, put me on the social media showing how this Karen is telling you not to smoke weed in this parking lot. And if you're going to do so, to go do it somewhere else. Please put this on social media. Please blow it up. Oh, we're going to blow you up, Karen. Please. Because this is literal evidence to my boss that I do my job. These are the people. These are the people. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I'm gonna shoot you out of this parking lot if you're smoking weed. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You could be Jesus fucking Christ smoking a blunt. And yo, Jesus, you gotta go. But I'm Jesus. I'm God's son. I know you are. But I need you to leave. You gonna smoke that blunt, Jesus? You gotta go to the gas station. I'm sorry, sir. You gotta go. You can't smoke weed here. It's that simple. Oh my God. But no. They want to take out our phones and argue with me. And put me on social media. No one cares. What are you gonna do? You gonna flash me on social media? You think you're gonna get a group of people out here in the parking lot to fire me? And if I get fired, what? You think that's it? It's over for me? Dude, If I get fired, I have at least 2 years of unemployment coming to me. Thank you. Oh, now I get to do whatever I want all day long and get paid? Fuck you. Dude, threaten me with something real, something substance. You threaten me with bullshit. And that's another thing. Like, people don't get it. People want to threaten me with stupid shit. I mean, shit. You could have... We'll come back and shoot you. That would have been a threat. A credible threat. But no. We're gonna light you. You're gonna be on Twitter. First of all, I have got to care about Twitter or any social media out there for that threat to be credible. I don't give a shit. Oh, well, people gonna see you in a different way. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what people say, think, or feel about me. I don't. Shit, I gotta work hard. I gotta put all effort into me to continue to care about what God might think about me. Let alone you stupid humans. I don't give a fuck what human on this earth thinks about me. I don't fucking care. There is not one human on this earth walking around that I care enough about what they think and feel about me. I don't. In fact, it's to a point now where I don't even think any of you fucking people exist. I'm at a point where I'm like, no, I'm here all by myself, I think, and I'm making up these people. So yeah, when I get someone that comes up to me and says, you're this, you're that, your clothes are this, your clothes are that, you sound like this, you sound like that, you seem like this, you seem like that. Guess what? I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. And so yeah. It's funny. It's funny to watch all these people feel so... They feel, helpless. They feel so helpless that they think in their head, oh, I'm just going to pull out my phone and start recording. This will help. It's funny. And so, yeah. It's awesome watching all this Trump shit go down. It's awesome watching the police go down there and not being able to control the situation. All those police are like, fuck, what are we doing? How come we're not controlling this? What's going on? I know that's what they're thinking in their head. And then you got all the people down there thinking they're controlling the situation. But, oh, we still can't stop these people. It's funny. It's funny to watch. Because no one really knows what's going on. Everybody is just going on orders. The cops are going on orders. The people are going on orders from the other people that are like supposed leaders to them. They're not. They're just people who are louder than others in the neighborhood. Everyone is fucking confused and being played. Oh my God, you people are being played. All of you. All of you. Even the Trumpers. Even the people that... Even me. That I'm loving this. I'm even being played. Because they know I'm like, what the fuck? We're all being played. It's just... How many of you know you're being played? So you can't do anything about being played unless you know you're being played. If you don't know you're being played, yeah, you're going to go out there and start marching. You're going to start marching for people who literally aren't held accountable by the law because they're not from here. They're not in any data records, record databases or anything. They can commit a crime and then just disappear. You'll never find them. Maybe. I used to be cool with the whole immigrant thing. I really was, but I've seen enough in my life. My father was shot dead to one of these people. 8 years old. My father was at a party, him and his brother, my uncle. They got into a fight. They won the fight. This person came back with a gun. Were they born in America? No. I think they're from El Salvador. I believe they were from MS, before it was MS. And it shot my dad and my uncle. Shot my dad in the head, shot my uncle 9 times in the stomach. Uncle's paralyzed, dad's dead. Was that guy prosecuted? No, wasn't. You wanna know why? Fled to Mexico. So I got to grow up without my father. And I still was cool with the illegals, the immigrants. I was still cool with it. I was still cool with them. Now my uncle brought in his lover from Mexico. Had him marry my aunt to keep him here legally. That's illegal. That's illegal to marry someone to keep them in the country. That's a false marriage. They never even lived together. My aunt lives in Montebello. This guy lives in LA, East LA. This guy is getting paid to take care of my grandmother and my aunt. Although, he's getting the money, but my uncle is the one on paper. Him and my uncle physically assaulted me to take my phone away from me because I was recording them. I was recording them harassing me. I was recording my uncle harassing me. And I naively showed the camera recording them. When I turned the camera slightly to view the illegal, my uncle physically assaulted me, pushed me on the bed, got on top of me, and started He's a fag. He's a gay man. Gay men don't know how to fight. They know how to scratch. They know how to do that. Oh yeah, that's how faggots are. So he couldn't get my phone, got off me. And then that guy from Mexico, illegally, came, got on top of me, held me down. My uncle went to the other side and grabbed my phone. Never seen it since. Crypto gone. Evidence I do have. That man, Eduardo Montanez. In this country, through illegal matters, through illegal proceedings, fraud, was able to stay here long enough, years, decades, to eventually be able to physically assault me and get away with it. Evidence. Video. Do you think the cops or the courts want to do anything? No. If I didn't have that video, I, right now, would have a criminal record of elder abuse. But because I was able to retrieve that video, I was able to prove that I did not hit my grandmother. I was accused by my uncle and his illegal immigrant husband, play around husband. I was accused by them of elderly abuse. It was that video and my grandmother admitting that I never hit her that saved me from prosecution. It saved me from an elderly abuse domestic violence record. These are the people that are in this country. They're liars. They will lie to get in this country. They will lie to stay in this country. And they will hurt any one of you and me to stay in this country or to help anyone who's going to help them stay in this country. And one day, you will be victim of one of these people. And when that happens, guess what, baby? I told you so. Have a nice day.